St. Joseph is an autonomous college reaccredited by NAC for its distinctive educational environment, human values, and social commitment. The college offers a wide range of undergraduate and postgraduate programs in commerce, science, mathematics, computer science, psychology, mass communication, and business management. Our holistic approach to education sets a brand which as a trusted name for value-based education and integrated learning. We have embarked on journey in 1997 by setting up the Commerce Department and constantly striving to offer relevant and updated courses with practical dimensions to provide dynamic learning environment for education. As every course says, in every learning together, working together, then success takes care of itself. It really this mantra of working together and developing moving us together to do the job. It's indeed my privilege to invite our correspondent, Reverend Father Margaret, Honorable Chief Guest, Professor S. Srinivas Murthy, Director and Senior Professor, Institute of Public Enterprises, Research Dean,
Professor Lakshmi Kumari from Institute of Public Enterprises.
Dean Candidates, Mrs. Lady Vinayashila, to grace the dais. Thank you all. I would like to request Reverend Father Margaret to present a captain to our chief guest. Thank you, Father. Now I would like to request Dean of Cabinet, Mrs. Lady Vinayashila, to present the captain to our special dignitary, Professor Lakshmi Kumari. Thank you, ma'am. Now I would like to request Dr. Gitanjali, HOD Department of Commerce, to present the captain to our Dean Academics, to our correspondent, Reverend Father Margaret. Thank you, ma'am. I would like to request Dr. Sumitra Pinchari, Convener, Center for Research and Development, present the captain to our Dean Academics, Mrs. Lady Vinayashila. Light is the divinity of life, which shows the right direction for life. It is a positive force that removes darkness. With this holy thought, I request the dignitaries on the dais, HOD Department of Commerce, Dr. Y. Gitanjali, additional HOD, Mrs. Srilakshmi, Convener, Center for Research and Development, Dr. Sumitra Punjari, to please step forward to light the lamp and symbolically inaugurate this program. Thank you, Secretary. Now I would like to request our Dean Academics, Mrs. Lady Vinayashina, to deliver the welcome address. A very good morning to the entries on and off the dais, my dear colleagues and participants. Sharing knowledge into process of teaching and learning for the benefit of the students and the society. Writing a research paper is both an art and a skill. A warm welcome to all the teaching fraternity and researchers to our national level 5-day faculty development program on crafting scholarly papers in collaboration with the Institute of Public Enterprise. St. Joseph's Degree and PG College, established in 1997 by the Archdiocese Educational Society, is a co-education Catholic Christian minority institution. It has emerged as one of the leading higher educational institutions with just 26 years of establishment. Under the guidance of our chairman, His Eminence Cardinal Anthony Pula, Archbishop of Hyderabad, our correspondent, Reverend Father K. Reddy, Principal, Reverend Father Sagai Raja, and all the management members. I appreciate the Department of Commerce established since inception of the volume for selecting such an apt topic for 5-day FDP in line with the institution's focus on promoting research culture by complementing it with teaching, learning in which freedom of inquiry, thought expression, and publication are given the fullest protection. The Commerce Department is ranked third best commerce college in the Twin Cities of Hyderabad by India Today survey and ranked 45th best commerce college in India by the B. Hansa survey, July 2023. Also, I am pleased to share that we have 61 participants registered who will be joining online FDP, and participants joining are from Delhi, Bangalore, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Punjab, Kerala, and Telangana. We also have our in-house faculty joining this FDP program. We would like to offer our thanks and appreciation to our chief guest of the day, Professor S. Srinivasamurthy Garu, Director and Senior Professor IPE, Professor Lakshmi Kumari, Professor and Dean Researcher IPE, and all the resource persons for accepting our invitation for the FDP to share their knowledgeable insights and great ideas in their area of expertise. I wish for a very productive FDP with exciting learning, discussion, and exchange of knowledge. May God bless us all with good health to make this event a successful and enjoyable one. Happy learning to all. Thank you, ma'am. May I now request the correspondent, Reverend Father Madhav, to address the matter.
Reverend Father Anthony Sagai Raja, the principal, whether it's not here. Chief guest Professor S. Srinivasamurthy, Director and Senior Professor, Institute of Public Enterprise. other dignitaries, invitees, and faculties, and other invitees. Good morning to one and all. The Department of Commerce is the lifeline, as we all know, of the college, offering 6 programs in BCom, strengthened with well and competent faculty who are dedicated to the holistic development of the student community. I appreciate and congratulate the Department of Commerce for taking the initiative to organize this 5-day National Faculty Development Program in collaboration with the Institute of Public Enterprises. And this FDP provides an opportunity for the teaching faculty to unlock the pathway to academic excellence and grow in their career. So I'd like to wish the Department of Commerce for the program and also all the participants and also the Commerce Department in their future aspirations and endeavors. So I wish all of you all the best for the next 5 years. So thank you and God bless you.
Thank you, Father. Now, may I take the privilege to introduce our chief guest, Professor S. Srinivasamurthy is currently the Professor of Finance and Director at Institute of Public Enterprises. He is also the Chairman of Greenfield Division. He holds a doctorate from University of Madras. He is the recipient of UGC JRF for the doctoral program. He has got around 2 decades of experience in teaching, research, training, and consultancy. He is a visiting faculty to IIM Kozhikode, IIM Mysore, NIT Warangal, and many other universities. He has done consultancy assignments for World Bank, ADB, and many state-level enterprises. He has conducted many conferences, symposia, and workshops in various areas of finance. He has authored 5 books and many course materials and published a number of articles in reputed journals and presented papers in many national and international conferences. Sir has received the Devak Mehta Award for the Best Professor of Financial Management. The areas consist include corporate finance, project appraisal, and financial services. It is indeed my privilege to invite you to address the gathering.
Most respected Reverend Father Marit Garu, Reverend Father Amputi Garu, Dean of the college, Madam Mary Vinashira, my esteemed colleague, Professor Kumari, my esteemed colleague, Krishna, who is also the PDA program head, and esteemed faculty members from this college and other colleges. It is a privilege to visit this college, and Joseph College, most respected colleges, which comes for the education. That has been also closely associated with this institution. And any activity, any idea that comes from St. Joseph College, yes, that's what we are trying to go together. That is one important. So then the question to my told me that they wanted to invite IT faculty. To join with you. The PDP never for collaboration. Anything we do join with it 4 months then we could close it. So it's always better we come together. Certainly the academic fraternity work together is good. And St. Joseph's College has been giving very good education. That is level and very good for that is. And I think you must be knowing it was started in the year 1964, mainly to help the public sector enterprises in terms of training, research, and consultancy requirements. So over a period of time, the institute also started management education. It started in 1981. MBA public enterprise, one of its kind in the world. Mainly to help the executives of green cities from public sector enterprises to acquire their MBA qualification. And after that, the institute entered into a full-time management courses from 1995 onward, when we started first PhD program in 95. And that program has not been developed by now. And the Ram Krishna is the program in Madras. And 2007, the institute started PGM retail and market. There was a boom in retail sector. The institute started on board. there was 60. And in 2008, there was a financial meltdown. So Institute was starting a course to checking out finance graduates. So digital banking, insurance, and finance services was running. And that program has run in 120. 2009, we started digital literacy. And 2012, we started. So totally about intensive finance with my students. And we have the campus at Chandigarh to visit the campus. And you're most welcome to visit the campus anytime. You can also come and make use of our library. We have discussions with our faculty, like most welcome. And we'll also be sending whatever conference we organize. You can present papers and you can continue our collaboration with you. So our digital programs have got excellent placement, 95 participants are placed on campus, 25 of the grants and of course, for more information, you can always see the website. And coming to this particular program, especially design program, as teachers, you are expected to do research also besides. These are not two separate things. So the basic quality of the teacher is to do the research. Of course, most of you are doing it. If not, at least you should do it now. And then you should help others to do research. And in order to grow your careers, you have to have a publication, research publication. And you have to find time for that. Because you always say that you are not able to research, but that's not the actual case. So find time to write good articles. And this particular program is specially designed for the faculty, which provides you a finding what are the tools and techniques that are available for you to become very good researchers, write very good research papers, and so many others. But these are, of course, the program coverage. But I would like to say one single sentence to you. If you really want to achieve something, you should have three things. The first thing is the passion. Unless you have a passion to research, write research articles, do some research work, you will not be able to do justice to that. You will find some excuse. So find time, have that passion, and research and teaching should go together. You should be able to quote your own research findings in the classroom when you are giving the paper. If not, some other research findings you should quote. Then only the teaching will be complete, which will have interest. The second key is the perseverance, right? Unless you continuously work on that, you cannot achieve that. Publishing an index paper in index journal, it takes lots of time, maybe sometimes more than 1 year. But you should continuously pursue that. And write 2-3 articles simultaneously, and often have collaborating place. Instead of writing individually, 2-3 faculty should come together. Maybe faculty from different institutions come together, right? Research articles. And research articles on contemporary research. That will actually have more value. And third thing is, of course, patience. Now, very important word is the patience. While you are working, perseverance, at the same time, you will not get the results immediately. Sometimes you will not get the expected results, but it is very much required for teaching community. Then only you can actually get the expected results. So keep these three things in mind in order to grow in life. That is actually the advice to students, but everybody has to follow it. Strong passion will drive you to take up some research work. Strong passion of the college has led to this program. Isn't it? Passion is very important. Then only ideas will come up and you move towards the direction. And you will find time to do that. Perseverance, do it continuously. Don't leave it. Those people who have done PhD know the value of how much the various situations now. But you have to bear it. The patience, finally, you cannot get results just like that, especially in research publications. It will take more than 1 year. But you will get the benefit outside. So that means you should continuously plan for research. Simultaneously, you can also take the help of the students for data collection, make use of the tools available, and be ready with research tools and techniques to make your research findings more accurate. And I'm sure this pilot program will give you the opportunity to understand the various tools and techniques and how to come out with a very good research paper. So I wish this program a grand success, and I also compliment the college management and Dr. Bharati and the team of faculty for coming about this idea. I also compliment my colleague Lakshmi Kumari and my colleague Ramakrishna and also Chandrasekhar and most of the other faculty who are associated. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for the wonderful address. May I now take the privilege to introduce Dean and Research Head Professor Lakshmi Kumari from Institute of Public Enterprises. Ma'am is holding a doctorate in economics with a specialization in public sector management. She has a detailed and enhanced academic experience with the Institute of Public Enterprises. Her academic work in the institute is related to the areas of public enterprises, environment, and sustainable development and public policy. To her credit, she is a recipient of Teacher Award for the year 2016-17 from the Red Cross Society Government of Telangana, and also the recipient of Ramaswamy PIA Gold Medal as the Best Young Teacher Award from All India Management Institute in the year 2009-2010. It's indeed my pleasure to welcome you, ma'am, to the conference for the day. Good morning, all of you. Respected father, Reverend Marvel Desu, and Anthony, and our director, Professor Srinivas Muthiari, and my colleague Ramakrishna. And we extend our thanks, and also it's a very good idea coming together to do a very good program on the research aspect, that is on the dimension of research. We are doing many conferences and seminars, but organizing the workshop related to the paper writing, it's a very good idea for our Sunita Pujari Madam and many other Commerce Department colleagues. I had a very good interaction with all the staff members of the Commerce Department of this college, and we have been discussing on how to the very enthusiastic and what I say, more interested in bringing the new ideas into the economic development as well as how to improve the students also from the student dimension. Yes, people discussing with me. This is my co-purpose to this college on many occasions. And this is the idea that they have generated to invite us as our director Srinivas together. I think we would like to have a economic collaborative activity. This 1 week is a very good time period that we have planned, and based on your interest and our idea, they have come a very good program scheduled for this pilot. And my idea is that if all the faculty who are online and offline, 3 hours is a very good time for each topic. And if you come up with one idea, not with an open mind, but with an idea of some topic that you are interested to develop in that. If you do something work on the idea of your respective subject, because once we should be known in the community by our work in particular area of interest. If it is the public trade or sustainable as we are doing. If you people also in the other one, they are really wanted to become specialized in that particular subject area, the World Economic Community should be known as with our work. So if you have a good idea of any subject or any topic that you are interested to write a paper to, I'll come up with the doubts. So our professors will help you in the individual lecture by the professor. He is Ramakrishna. He is a very good professor in research paper economics and development. He will guide you. If you have good idea, you can have diagrams, you can develop some concept. Next to that, when another lecture comes on tools or application, so you can ask him what tool I can use for this. You can have an interaction because it is not a general workshop. You have called for the college people and also online and offline. So you can come up with your idea of which tool you can use for that particular topic. And then I come what methodology you can use for the topic. Such that the whole 1 week is exercise based workshop. instead of listening, if you have an Excel-based workshop, that will be more helpful. You can, from the day that one topic can come in the perspective article writing, sharing. So how to, some people are not so good in using the tools. So you can also have a perspective writing. That also will go very well. You can publish it newspapers, you can publish short articles, etc. So come up with an idea from today itself. You develop, do some homework and have an interaction. Then again I come back for the quantitative and qualitative. You can come up with some data tools and also resources of data collection. I will share with you. Then you can develop a data. I use one workshop part 2. Instead of stopping here itself, if you have part 2 workshop, the same thing can be continued further and continue to get a paper-based completion faculty members will support you and the direction like you can have a collaborative publication also. Or simply the one week workshop, please write if you have 100 pages so that your article will get completed. One thing that we can work together, it's a very good idea. Thank you so much for giving and coming together to do this workshop. I hope this is a very good learning for you in this 4 years. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. May I now request the corresponding Reverend Father Madhavi to participate next. Thank you, Father. Thank you, secretaries. I would like to request Dr. Sudhakar Kundalani, Convener for Center for Research and Development to deliver the Primary Board of Plans.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I feel honored and privileged to propose the formal vote of thanks. At the outset, I wish to thank Almighty God for His countless blessings of all of us, helping us to grow professionally. My heartfelt gratitude to our Chief Guest, Professor S. Srinivasan Mukherjee, Director, Institute of Public Enterprise, for accepting our invitation to collaborate with our institution for the 5-year package development program and raising the occasion in spite of service decision. Sir, thank you for sharing your valuable insights, especially on 3 themes: passion, perseverance, and patience. I thank Professor Lakshmi Kumari Ma'am, Dean Research and FDP, for extending her coordination and support always for initiatives that we take up. I thank the corresponding Reverend Father Madhavi for his continuous encouragement and guidance and providing us all the logistics required. I thank the peaceful Reverend Father Anthony Sagadan for his support and guidance. I thank all the research persons for accepting the invitation. I thank our Dean Academics, Mrs. David Shila, Head Department of Commerce, Dr. Srikanjali, additional lecturer, Mrs. Sri and the Honorable Ministry for the first planning, cooperation, and coordinating with Center for Research and Development in conducting the 5-year FDP. Last but not the least, I thank all our participants for showing their enthusiasm by registering. Thank you all.
Now we have come to the end of the inaugural session, and I especially thank all the dignitaries for the helping of making this event a success, and I request all the dignitaries to be seated off the dais. Moving on, we start with the technical section. We'll start with the technical session for the day, where we'll be discussing about the introduction to research, paper writing, selection of topics, abstract writing, journal publications, and many more topics. And it's my privilege to welcome Professor Ramakrishna, the program head PGF at the Institute of Public Enterprises. I welcome you, sir. May I now request the additional attendee, Mrs. Sri Lakshmi ma'am, to come forward and welcome, sir. May I now take the privilege to introduce our resource person for the day. Professor Ramakrishna is currently working as the program head PGDM at the Institute of Public Enterprise. He has over 23 years of experience in both industry and academics. Prior to joining IPE, he was associated with Five Business School, IIS Hyderabad, and many various of other organizations. He has published research papers in Scopus, ADP3, and has almost around 44 publications in national and international journals to his credit. Sir has been conducting various training programs for engineering and MBA students on employability skills, and he has taken many papers. He has presented many research papers in India, Canada, USA, and Ethiopia. It will be our privilege to have you, sir, over here. Over to you, sir, to have starting with the technical session.
Concept and thank management of the village for it for having us to conduct a session on a research paper. So whenever I plan a session on writing a research paper, I feel nervous. No other topics will horrify me, but this research paper writing topic horrifies me very much. How many of the PhDs here? The done with the PhD, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 4. And how many enrolled for PhD program? All right. So 80% either in a sense comes to one category where they have a particular PhD hour or enrolled for a PhD program. This is one. Second is how many of your published papers, research papers? No, there is my nervousness of meaning or not. Huh? So all of you publication papers, you have publication, you have PhD, everything. And after so many years, somebody will again coming here and teaching you how to write a research paper. Is it a kind of foolish updating? No, what is it to update? Every research paper has the same skill set, same format, everything is the same. Technical, that's true. Technical things is okay, but I'm talking about the research paper writing. With in a research paper workshop, I may not be able to explain the
The additional techniques for the teachers to be more successful in getting
how skillful, right?
according to the journal.
This is another topic. We all have to define the notion of what is expected from an audience. And it is not shared to me. Alright? Because I come in with my own situation, my own mindset. Okay, I make an assumption of my audience. Okay, this is like this. I come here and I start it. But if you think every one of you have a different mind, different thought process, different expectations from the program. So these all things actually worries me about. But still, I enjoyed it, especially taking this workshop. Not only here in Hyderabad, on this topic of research paper writing, I conduct on the same topic, but I conduct for sessions in various places. Even sometimes this year, twice I conducted training program in Karnataka. Although some Kolar district of Karnataka people invited me and said that we conducted a program. Okay, fine. So this research paper writing is ever fascinating. In the sense, a lot of the tools may change, technologies may change, all these things. But the core idea of a research paper is the same. The core idea, the core concept of research paper writing is the same. So what is it I am going to cover? Maybe I have very few slides, 2 slides for at a time. And you don't have enough text in my slides also. And in a slide presentation, wherever it is, my skill is not required, I quickly run through those slides. And where my expertise is required, I spend up time on those slides. So I don't want to make this a boring system.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is it somebody there? Yeah, please. The first one. So, before the resume has been shared and the publication and what the publication. So, I published the papers and I published the papers in an active indexed journals and all. But if somebody wants something, that's fine. Once I just after send me the request. So before this, I comment this presentation or the paper writing and all. There are two items. Papers and published papers before the ABDC and all. But I never published any paper in the world's top 50 journals. Never published. I never tried also publishing. But it requires a lot of effort and all. So I never published. So the medium just published it. Not a regular, I don't like it. That is one. And second is my passion for research, which is one is very much we have to know Professor Shekhar. Professor Shekhar is my teacher, my guru, my mentor. Because of him, I did PhD. And I completed my PhD in physics from there to Hyderabad. So that is one credit that I have. So, so these two things made me in a sense concentrate more on our research and how to make it productive research. So if you look at my idea, I'm saying the pragmatic approach for the research paper writing. So pragmatic approach, practical approach. To publish it. So yeah. Now in this presentation, the topics that we cover are importance of a publication, selection of a journal, publication strategies, then manuscript preparation, style writing, review of literature references. Please go more of the technical photos that we see. We will already shared with you all. So after the session, you will get your ticket. So yeah, there is no copyright on my ticket. So, alright. So this is these are the topics which I'm going to cover. This is the cut where we all start. One is we are the teachers, we have to teach, and there is a lot of workload. And wherever I go, this morning also I had a discussion, 2 days back, Saturday was one in discussion where I was talking about research presentations and all. And I talked to the faculty members, the major thing is that we have a lot of workload. The teaching, so much of a teaching is there, and we are not finding any time to do it. And on the other side, research has become, research is a must for us. Whether you accept, you don't accept, you want to be in the business, yes, I want to be in a teaching profession, research is a must. And if I was student, I come across another set of faculty members who say, I do a lot of research, but I don't publish. Yeah, when you're doing your research, and why is that you are publishing? No, no, sir, my research is a different thing. So it is not a publishable. Okay. Yesterday, just 2 days back, I share one example. One of my colleagues when I went there, they came and yeah, they will be after the session has been completed. After the session has been completed. After the session has been completed.
and the management are behind us, saying that, come on, man, publish whenever you're going to publish it. Because it is not that they are doing a favor to us, but we are expecting a favor from us. Then the teachers and authors, no need to tell much about. It is very important for us, for our crucial, and it is critical for us to survive in this business. We need to publish the papers. There is no second thought. There is no second thought. No excuses are by. You have to publish a papers at any cost.
Hello. Hello. Hello.
ఇప్పుడు ఇది ఉంది కదా ఈ ఆడియో కేబుల్ డిస్టెన్స్ పెట్టేసి
ఇది మైక్ ఆఫ్ చేయి.
ఇట్స్ క్లియర్.
It's clear now.
దగ్గర దగ్గర ఉంటే అట్లనే వస్తుంది.
ఇది దూరం తీసుకెళ్ళి.
आप बाहर जाओ तो sound नहीं है.
Hello. Is it clear now? Can you speak? Now it's clear, ma'am.
पर सर इसको कैसे कनेक्ट करेंगे यहाँ के सिस्टम को?
क्या?
ये है. आप इसको
System को-
डायरेक्टली लगा दिए ना.
No sir, यहाँ से लैपटॉप यहाँ पे रखते हैं. He'll be talking in this, ma'am. That's it.
You didn't get my point.
हाँ.
ఓకే ఓకే
फिर एको होगा.
नहीं होता.
ट्राई करेंगे. आप इसको यहाँ ऊपर रखिए.
సార్ ఒకసారి ఇటు రండి. సార్ ఇది ఇలా మాట్లాడితే ఎక్కడ వస్తుంది కదా.
आप लगा.
దాన్ని ఆఫ్ చేసి ఇక్కడనే కదా.
వీళ్ళకి వినిపించాలి కదా అట్లా అంటున్నా.
అందుకే ఒకసారి ఆన్ చేయాలి.
हाँ दीपिका मैम वहीं रुको. हाँ रुको.
हेलो.
इसको ऑन कर.
हेलो. Is it audible, ma'am?
दीदी एको हो रहा क्या?
नहीं होता. नहीं हुआ मैम.
अभी बाहर जाके देखिए. सर आप बात करो.
కాలర్ మైక్ పెట్టండి.
Is it audible?
एको हो रहा नहीं. परफेक्ट है. You will go like this.
ప్రొజెక్టర్ కనెక్ట్ టు దిస్. దీనికి ఆడిబుల్ సార్.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
ప్రొజెక్టర్ ఆ స్లైడ్ చేంజర్ దీనికి కనెక్ట్ చేస్తాం.
Okay.
अभी वो
హలో. ఆర్ వి ఆడిబుల్?
Yes.
Is the voice clear now? Yes, sir.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. Are we audible to the participants?
Audible, sir.
Is the voice clear, sir? Ramesh Naik, sir?
Yes, clear, sir.
Okay, sir.
Yes,
Thank you.
sir, it's clear.
Now it is okay, audible.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hello?
Hmm.
Hello? Hello?
He answered the question.
I hope the voice is clear to all the participants now.
Naik sir.
Ramesh Naik sir, is the voice clear to you?
Yes, sir. Voice is clear, audible, sir.
Thank you, sir.
I request all the faculty members join the immediately so that we can start with the technical question as soon as possible. And
welcome back again. We'll resume the session on the pragmatic convertible reciprocal provider. So we stop in the sense why is that the publication is important in an art area. So it is not for an academician or a teacher for whom the publication is important. There are other players who are very interested in our publication. More than us, they are very interested. Because they have a reputation, they have a money, and their money is at stake, their reputation is at stake, and their market is at stake. That's the reason why they are much interested. So if you look at, we have one is academic institutions, we know, teachers, we know. But the fact for us, the publishers are very important. Because the publishers always run behind us. So we are really publishers like starting from Springer, Francis, Wiley, Oxford, so and so many people. If we don't write any publication, their business is not there. They make that money, they should earn our research business. And if you observe in online journals, sometimes you have to buy an article by paying $50, $70, $100 also. But they don't pay any money to us. So investors, they are writing a paper, they don't pay any money. But they sell you a research papers and make money. And research subscriptions, they make money. So they are more interested in our research papers than we. This is the journals. One is when I say the publishing houses, one. And secondly, the individual institutions will have a journal. It's one or two standalone journals before that. So people have a standalone journal, generally not being also again based on the kind of a quality paper that they publish. That indexing and abstracting agencies. We talk a lot about the scope of indexing. Why is that Scopus is so fancy about rating our article? Why is that they want to rate our article? If they don't have any money in that, why is that they do? Why is that they give a ranking? And why is that ABCD? Artificial Business Council gives the ranking of ABCD rankings for our articles. Or Time Out, UGCK, Web of Science. They all are giving a ranking and tracking because they make money from us. Then the general databases. Progress, the scope, these all people. Unless otherwise we write articles, they don't make up a money. Now, whenever we try to publish a paper, we see that we are not getting an outlet for publishing our paper. But if you look at the global scenario, there are a few lakhs of journals which are publishing. There are about 28 lakhs, 29 lakhs of journals which are being published. Both in online, offline, hybrid, different and most. And if you look at Asia Pacific itself publishes around 4 lakh journals. Where in India, 24,000 journals is identical. And it comes to OMA, you have 57,000 journals. UGC care list 1, list 2. Nowadays, we are much worried about the UGC care list. The UGC care list 1 is Indian journal, which has been the council is advisory board for UGC, which suggests this journal to be included in the list. So that is UGC care 1. And the care 2, this is the reference and focus journals, which are the so here also to say, in the social sciences, we have 12, arts and humanities, 384, multidisciplinary 38, Indian languages, 370. We are finding around 2,000 journals there. And we use it here to 33,000 journals are there. So in the sense, getting a publication in a journal is not a system. The outlets are available there. So just an overview, as I said, the results for them. Single publishes almost 3,768 articles. Several translates 2,000, elsewhere 2,000, Wiley 1,000, Sage. So all this, they are publishing from 1,000 to 1,000 journals. And as I told you, all these journals are run by our research people. If you write, they survive. If you don't write, they will not survive. So actually, what is happening behind is the agencies that are focused elsewhere, these players are actually putting the pressure on the colleges across the world to make it mandatory. It is not that our institutions or we are talking about. It is the other way around. The businesses are putting pressure on institutions to make the publications mandatory so that they survive. So that they survive. At the same time, I'm not saying that research is not important for academics, because research is important. Unless otherwise, we share our knowledge with others. It is going together. However, if way back, established identify scientific management. Today, why is the scientific companies pay their employees their salaries based on the performance? Because the illumination service at a GE, if it was not happened, then there is no motivation here. So research is important. And publishing research is very, very, very important. It is not for the sake of a publisher or someone, but it is for the sake of a society, of publications, and our research is very important and crucial. Now, I'll come to the pragmatic and practical way of publishing the thing, in the sense, how is that we get up our articles publishing that. So, first thing that I do is, I look at the journals where I want to publish my paper. And the difficulty that we come across is we don't have access to the journals which we want to publish. Because many of them are online, subscription basis, our institutions do not subscribe for them. But we have to identify some journals which are indexed, because nowadays if we publish a paper somewhere, nobody is bothered. Insisting on it should be UGC list, UGC tier 1 or tier 2 or focus level 1, level 2, level 3 or ADDC. So if you look at the journal index. Index is the publisher who is publishing your answer. Because the figure of articles depends on the publisher also. So take an Emerald publishing this is different, Taylor & Francis is a different, or Wiley is different, Oxford is different. Every publisher has what they own. And in addition to these publishing houses, you will also find individual publishers, like Oxford University publishes one journal, or IIM Bangalore publishes a journal, IIM Ahmedabad publishes different. So individual organizations also publish a journal. Look at that. Then try to understand the aim and scope of each journal. So what is in which area they are publishing? Because this you come to know only when you're regularly reading the particular journal. Not occasionally to go and find out to you to write something on your mind, and then identifying the journals is a different story. But what I suggest is, first of all, to identify the journal. Identify the where you want to publish your paper and do the work. Then editor in chief is very, very important person in any journal. Now, whenever you send the paper for a publication, 90% of the time in a leading journals, our paper gets rejected. The third is that those even go to the editor also. So the next level only it gets rejected. Or if you go to the editor, and then editor will take it forward. Now, why is that you are interested to know about the editor is it is a simple marketing strategy. When you are trying to sell a product, you have to identify the niche customer. If you are sending an article in a journal, you have to identify only the editor is in which area it is working. And you have to understand from his perspective also, because on a given day, he receives hundreds of such kind of articles. And he has to identify the best one from it. And in the area which he is publishing, he has got a thorough understanding. What is new, what is not, what is innovative, what is change happening. He knows. Just by reading the abstract of the paper, he makes a thought whether to send this paper for the review process or not. So you have to understand the editor, his skill set, and his research interests, and how he is related to the journal. Because 99% of the times, the journal and the editor will have a same area of research. The next one is the editorial board. Maximum times, top journals what they do is when they are sending a paper for a review, first preference is their editorial board members. Then they have advisors also, but first preference is their editorial board members. So every journal is their editorial board members. Now, what I do is when I am getting any journal, I look at all the editorial board members, I go look at their profile, go to their website, get their pages, and fetch entire profile in which area they have issued their papers. And try to identify the order where our research is mapping with them. Then build a network with them, contact with them. So this is all background thing to tell you. So that before sending my paper to the author, I have expectation and what is the research that they are doing. So building a connections with the editorial board is also an important one. And people say that they will not respond, they will not reply, they will not reply. Why will they reply? Why will they bother enough? So you have to behind them. You have to behind them, share them, continuously. So that at one point of a time, they will reply. There's no doubt in that. They will reply. Then you build on your stories on that. Then type course and impact factors. Then the publication frequency is also important. Because journals, now you have a journal in the published papers from a day. Every day there are journals, every day they publish articles. From there, the frequency is once in a year. Now, why is the frequency is important for teams? Because we don't have the patience. We put a lot of effort and write, publish it, and we are in a hurry to look at our paper published because we want to put our certification or promotion, whatever it is. If you choose a journal which is having only one copy in a year, or one issue in a year, then the embargo period may be 2 to 3 years. So I mean, if your paper is accepted today, to get it published, it takes another 2 years or 3 years. And you don't have the publication. And today you look at any Indian journal, which is listed in the ABDC or the Scopus, open in and look at that. They say that we stopped accepting paper for the year 2024. Almost every journal in the country says that this is the thing that they are. In the sense, for the next year, you don't have any scope to publish paper in the future. And if you're aiming for that journal and writing the paper and putting it, then it's the sheer waste of your time. So that's important. You have to look at the frequency of. You may be wondering why is that normally we know that the journals are published on a monthly basis, quarterly, half-yearly, or annual. But why is it we say on a daily basis? Now look at the many of the Taiwan Francis or open access journals or Taiwan Francis journals. In any field and day, they publish 5-6 papers per day. So daily publication is also there. Then publication time. You are paying open access, hybrid, online first. And very disappointing is that we come across is whenever you are trying to submit a paper for a journal, they may be asking you to pay a subscription fee or submission fees, $50, $100 as a submission fee only. Now once the paper gets accepted in the first time you go for a review and accepted, then you have a publication APCs, article authority charges or publication charges. The fees and the fees the charges in dollars, $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, likewise. And if you want, because you're having to go to the publisher, then they have an option for golden open access option. So you pay $2,000, immediately your article is available online within a no time. If you're not paying it, then another period is a 2 years or 3 years. So this is what all making a money. Then the peer review policy action. You have to pay attention for peer review policy. Peer review policies, each journal has got a different peer review policy. Like what happened, single anonymous, double anonymous, or double review scholars, triple anonymous, or open. Nowadays, many of the open access journals have an open peer review policy. When you say open peer review, it means you will be knowing who is the reviewer of your paper. So reviewer names are also mentioned there. And if the reviewers, 90% of the time of the educated goes. That's what I'm trying to convey. Before you are submitting a paper to the particular journal, which requires open review, then go to the website, go to identify the educated members, build a connection with them, talk to them, take the inputs. And when you submit a paper, this journal will give you an option to refer the reviewer also. So then it will do 1 or 2 minutes at the review. And in fact, there is a journal India Science is publishing. India Science always asks you when you submit a paper, it also asks you to give a clear for reviewers. So having a connection with the reviewers is an important criteria. Then next is the user of articles published in the journal. In the beginning, I gave a writer saying that I never published in my articles in a top 50 or top 100 journals, FDP journals, because we also publish an article into Journal of Finance. I did an area of finance, Journal of Finance, Journal of Portfolio Management, Corporate Finance. So these for time. And the rigor of a paper is very high there. And at no way I can compete with that. Or at no way I can enhance my skill set to that level also. If I can enhance my skill set to that level, I will not be in IT, I will be in a house. So I don't have that skill set. I am not bothered about it. I have this skill set and this is my target market. So, rigor of a journal you should be aware of. Most of the times what we do is with an ambition we send a paper to someone, high quality journal, without knowing what is the clear publishing. But that's very wrong. At least you don't even get a review also. They are not bothered about a review of the things we just reject. Today you submit a paper, they say, attend your number. Next day morning, you get a mail saying that the article do not match our requirements, and it doesn't mean that your paper is not good. You can file with the outlet. That's filing both will be given. But the idea is that what your paper is user for us. So understanding the depth of the paper published in a journal is very, very important. We have to continuously do this in journal. If you are targeting Journal of Finance, at least you read a Journal of Finance for 5 years. And 6 years, for sure you will publish a paper in that. If you have a commitment to publish a paper, you can. But at the same time, you have to enhance all the other skills which is required to match the quality of the Journal of Finance. Then acceptance rate also. You see that journals normally says that acceptance rate is 20%, 25%. But many open access journals or real journals, their acceptance rate is 80%. But if you look at the top journals like Journal Finance or Corporate Finance or Portfolio Management, Investment Management, their acceptance rate is immediately 5% or 10%. And this 10% is on an average, every day they get a 40-50 papers. And in a year, around 3,000 to 4,000 papers they get. And their acceptance rate is hardly a 5% to 6%. So that is also an important aspect. Then you take the instruction process, the submission process, journal restrictions, and important is regulatory publishers are growing journals. Many are victim of it. There is a rocket, a syndicate, I can say, in a Delhi. They continuously they know all our mobile numbers. Every second or third day they send a WhatsApp message saying that for publication and scope of related journals, they are rupees 2,000 rupees, and they give a journal name, website, everything, and you go and check. Everything attached to there. Once it's published a paper, thereafter the person is not available, and the journal is also not there. Simply explore. Just because slight change in what is website address, they are doing this. Now, any journal, any paper submission that you are doing, if they are asking you to submit a paper to a Google form or a mail ID which is not a journal mail ID, they will send it. And always, all the time, go to the journal original website and get the submission process and submit only to that. No errors. Because no journal want to spoil their reputation, spoil their image. They don't want to make up. And this 5,000 rupees, 10,000 rupees, or 15,000 rupees, no journal is going to publish your paper. So this is a basic outline that you have to take. Now we go with little detail. The first point that brings in our mind is on what topic I should write a paper. Then what we do is we think we ask Google, we ask ChatGPT, we Google it, and multiple sources we try to find out the topic on which we have to work. But the idea of the topic should spring from whatever we are teaching on the syllabus. You know, the teaching courses like statistics, fine. Business management, fine. Corporate finance, fine. Any topic has a multi-dimension. Keep in that mind. So suppose they are talking about a motivational theories. They have a multiple motivational theories out there. And each motivation theory works in a different context. Now, in one word theory, whatever that you are teaching in your regular classes on the same subject, try to identify the topics on which you can do more in-depth. Don't go for the fancy things which is happening outside the world. Because if your area is finance and someone is working on sustainability, don't go there. If you are a management professor, somebody is working on statistics, don't go there. You work on a research papers where you can. That's the first thing. And every time, whenever I teach a course, I teach limited courses. I mean, MBA finance, PhD, a lot. But I don't teach every finance subject. I have a very specific courses. Corporate finance is one, security analysis is another one, financial statement analysis. I do teach only in these courses. And people, as you know, operator coordination in the college system, there is no guarantee that you teach the same subject every time. Every time there is no faculty available, so you take this subject, take that subject. Even then, I take only the subject which affects it. If forcefully, if I have allotted another subject also, I teach that, but I never fell in love with the subject. along with my chief assistant. So corporate finance. Anything within this, anything that I can expand, I work on. Not good for other things. The next is brainstorm the topics which attracts your interest. Because when you are working on it, when you discuss your research with the students, with your faculty, with others, you get more ideas. I give one example. One day I was teaching security analysis and portfolio management, and I'm teaching some a topic on how does the trading happen, stock prices move from particular day and all. One of my students said that, sir, also Friday had a market down over. I said, why? The settlement is there, sir. The settlement has to go. Because most of the times option settlement is there. Then the probability of a stock is low. And another scenario is that the Monday के दिन तो बहुत गड़बड़ जाए market because they were doing trading and they know it. They said, okay, Monday and Friday there is something is happening in the market, so we work for that. Then because when we are teaching this in a class, we don't have this concept in our security and portfolio management subject. So, but when the students go to this question, I said, okay, there is something which is happening here. Then there's some immediate knowledge. Then I came across this as a market timing anomaly and the DPA effect. So there's a lot of research has been done on a DPA effect and market anomaly. We started working on it. And it is related to the efficient market hypothesis. So based on that, in that semester, what I did is I worked exclusively on market timing. Market timing is not capital sector perspective. Market timing is securities market and they are the related or market anomalies. 1 week, the entire semester, that 3 months or 4 months, completely I worked on that. By the time I completed semester, I published 2 papers on market anomalies. Now, there are many people who already published papers on the market anomalies, but why I don't think it's different is, now I identify different areas where we can work on, or different stocks where we can work on. And in the process, I identify the business, the process which I explained earlier, I follow the entire cycle, I identify the business and the process. And the third point which I'm coming to address here is discuss with your colleagues. 90% of the times, we are not comfortable in discussing our research ideas with the colleagues. We are always of the apprehension that if we discuss, they will steal our ideas. No one can do that. It's highly impossible for someone to steal your idea. Whatever is in your mind, it is unique. No one can do it. But we are afraid of it. One. And secondly, we are afraid of getting a change after a certain point of time. Today, when we start, we always when we start something, we exaggerate the thing. I have an innovative project, I want to do this, I want to publish paper and all. But gradually, this initial your interest gradually comes down. And after 1 or 2 months, you will not do any work on it. Then you start asking what happened to your research paper, other things, I am working on it. How many days you are working on it? So once you experience this one, next time onwards you will not share your. But what I suggest is, whenever you have a research point, research objective or research question, share. Talk to people, discuss with them, and you tell them you set your goal. So this is where I am going to publish it and work on it. Because everyone knows how difficult it is to do a research and publish a paper. The people will encourage, and the people will decide, people will make a comment. So what? So what should we bother? See, I am here today, we are talking to you in the radical way, every time there. And once again, there will be a lot of a discussion. So why should I bother? Once I left, and behind you, whatever you discuss, it will happen. And if I start coming here with an apprehension that I should be very diplomatic, very polite, and this way, that way, so that I have to satisfy everyone. I can't do it. My lectures here. And every week I go to different places, I talk to different audience. People talk a lot about me. I am not bothered about. But if I start thinking, what is the pure thinking about me? I will never do it. I will never do it. So my objective is very clear. So when you are doing your research, just discuss with the people. Whoever come across, you have a word, you discuss with them. You know, there is always that you discuss your issues with your family, your daughter, your anyone you discuss. And you can make up. I just hear so recently NISL is conducting one national conference, and we are publishing the technology getting access from NISL is very difficult. And they are only for the government. So what I did is, I think we have a project. We know that the probability is very low there. So we got the two papers. And submitted. One paper got, in the sense, one got rejected, one got accepted. Now the idea is, actually the idea for this paper is generated from my son. One day he came to me and said that Dad, NISM is conducting a conference. Just to get my challenge and like, are you submitting a paper for it? Because it's in the fintech financial technology, this conference is about the financial technology, stock market. And you know that this move that is not a tech and financial, the fintech is not aware of. And it's not a challenge. I will setting up paper on a fintech. So I said, then it is excited. Obviously, it has a ego. Like some time I challenge what is not. Then I transferred this ego to two of other colleagues. He said, no, we have to write a paper. And we worked in a fintech. And I told my son, whether you write a paper or not, I am writing the paper in the average. The paper got accepted. So accept from everyone, discuss. Because nowadays the technology is moving such a fast where you can't ignore anyone. You can't ignore anyone. You need to have listen to everyone around. Whether you know, younger to you, older to you, no, you have to listen to people around you. Then only you do a good publication. Then listen to your colleagues, then question your topic, whichever topic that you choose. Question is, why is this topic should be interesting to the editor, not interesting to you? Why is that the editor should buy your topic? What excites him? See, as I said, by the editorial board or a general publisher, they always look at how to make a money from your paper. How to make a money from your paper. Why is that the general publisher site store? Why do you publish a site store? And what is a site store? Why it is relevant for a general site store? 10, 12, 3, 4, 5. What does it mean? And why journalists are interested in the site store? This is saying that each paper publishing in our journal are being cited by multiple members of people. So that means that they simply generally saying that I am great. My site score is 7. That means each and every paper published in my journal is cited by 7 times. In other 7 researchers are published. And they also mention how many members have downloaded that. What is the purpose that they are doing? They are trying to build reputation of their business. And trying to make up more money from it. So, the general editors will accept the papers which actually makes money for them. If your article is innovative, different, and if it brings some audience, then only they will act. Otherwise, no. This is very clear thing. The next is choosing of your topic. In the sense, when you are doing a topic and choosing a research, you have to decide what is that you are doing with that topic. You are describing some phenomena which actually happen, or you are comparing it, associating, analyzing, applying, or arguing. Different things. Maybe I'll take a very simple example. Many of you are informed and informed and all. So at some point of the time we learn capital structure research, where NI approach, NI approach, and different approaches. So what exactly they say? Don't go with the formulas and all. In simple terms, NI approach is there. Okay. If I forget about NI and what different approaches, I'll take it from 3 perspectives. One, in support of a capital structure theory. That means using a descriptive capital structure, value of the formula. Second, by using a definite capital structure, value of the formula is Andrew school of the thought. And third thought says that in certain context, using a definite capital structure into the value. After certain time, if you are adding a more depth, the value of the formula. So these are the 3 different schools of the thought. Now, if you have to argue on this, so put an argument up. Put an argument on that. In the sense, why is this a capital structure is relevant today? It is clearly relevant. So similarly, you have a dividend issue and moral policy. So dividend is paid, it is not paid, the dividend is saved and all, it's a concept. So you take one perspective of that and try to put a clear argument on that. So you argue and you prove to the first or second one. Let me describe the scenario which is happening. By using this statistics. And consider a sample from 500 people, so this analysis, and we found that majority of the movement, majority of the movement like this. So this is true. Describing things will not work. Or a comparison is the movement, I have income going from the. So this article which you analyze, apply, or argue, this will have high chances of getting accident. If you look at this, is similar to your Bloom taxonomy, the top three levels, where you apply, evaluate, and integrate. So, generally, when you are writing an article, also you have to see that you are writing something of a high standard. Then it attracts your editorial board and all. But this is uniformly known fact everywhere, any journal that you see. This is the same format which everyone follows. So understanding this format is very, very important. But the thing is whenever you are writing a paper, this 5 headings. So whenever I start writing a paper, what I do is open the Microsoft Office, put these 5-6 headings, and keep them unbold. And to add this, I also extract keyword and references, other things also I add. I keep unbold. But as you see here, it is the same. Skeleton is ready. So once I build the skeleton, based on this, there are several. In the sense, at no point of a time, I want to deviate from 6 sections of a paper. At no point I want to deviate. Now within this, you have a multiple. You have different, but in case of a journal publishing, you have to maintain this format. And sometimes literature review is not a separate one. Introduction chapter is considered. Literature review is part of your introduction. Now, when you are preparing your research papers, the first thing is create a compelling title. General titles we see that people start writing that a study on impact of effectiveness of, these are all outdated. Now nobody is interested in that. Nobody is interested in when you are mentioning that impact of effectiveness on the so and so. No, I'm not interested. So your title should be fancy. It should attract your audiences. And when you are writing for a title, see that it is like doing your market research and giving any captions for the topic of the brand. And especially, I think every second day, we go to our director, every day, every second day, third day, I go to him to new proposals. And how many times I go to new proposals? And you know, he is the master in every day. Like me, 50 people will go to him. But surprisingly, every time I go, I get the acceptance in a 2 minutes. Because I go with a fancy type of problem. All the time, you are mentioning, we are working on event, we are working on one project. The title I call it is Transforming Marginalized Sections through Digital Financial Literacy. Actually, it is digital financial literacy also. And always when we are talking about the digital financial literacy or anything, we talk about the poor people or women only. But title has got a fancy. Instead of writing an impact of digital financial literacy on human livelihood, transforming marginalized sections to digital financial literacy. So it attracts, okay, this is something different, but the idea is the same. But writing your action is different. And nowadays, this regulations we are talking about impact and all, nobody is writing. This impact of markets on or impact of economic factors on social. No. Simply you write the inflation and stock market. So any interesting, and your titles should not be very titles. Your title should be very short, hardly 8 words. 8 to 10 words. Max is a 10 word, but try to confine it to the 8 words. 8 or 10 words, that should be a content. And when you're writing it should attract someone's attention. So that is one. Second is write up the literature review. And it is the most boring task, in research work. Whether it is a PhD or anything, literature, when you find out that someone can do a literature review for us. And we'll ask them, how is the literature review and all. But, and then writing a literature review is a very easy one to do. I'll come back to literature review at that time. So it's a very easy, very simple one, and it is a more interesting one to do. That's second. And writing your method. Normally, when I see a paper, whether publication or methodology is not described in detail. People say that we collected a sample from 500 respondents, and so on and so forth. No, you have to explain in detail how is it you gathered that data. Starting from your questionnaire design. And in a questionnaire design, what scales that you use, what you have to clearly mention. We don't pay attention to it. See, yesterday, a few days back, I went to one assessment of a presentation. We were presenting with results and all. I asked him, do you use a primary data? Yes. How do you your primary data? Using a questionnaire. So for this set of a statement, which scale do you use? The 5-point Likert scale. 5-point Likert scale is a fine. I mean, in Likert scale, which type of a scale that you use? The 5-point Likert scale only, sir. No, the 5-point Likert scale has different measures. Which one you use? You don't have an answer. So you have to clearly mention whether you have agreement disagreement scale, frequency scale, usage scale, and which scale exactly you use. Because each set of a question requires each set of a scale. I say that how my lecture is, in the sense of my lecture is showing to 22. Then I'm asking you an agreement scale. Are you agreeing with my statement or not? So using a product, then you are asking a satisfaction level. As you are implementing your routine work, then I'm asking your frequency. So you have to explain that. Where from you got data? How you do? People say, I use a statistical sample. So why do you use statistical sample? You have to give a rational purpose using a statistical sample. Why the statistical sample is appropriate for this study? Or we say that convenience. Normally we say that our academic learning, somebody comes to saying that convenience sample is used. This sample is a non-probability sample, and it doesn't have any value. But there are scenarios where I can use only convenience sample. I can't go for a random. So you have to explain why, what force you do to go for a convenience sampling method. What was the reason? So these things you have to elaborate in detail. As I mentioned in this paper which we are talking about the printer, we worked on one government, the PM Parity scheme. Different government of India during the COVID time period. What they did is to make a street vendors survive from the results, Government of India gave them a 10,000 rupees industry loan. So that will be industry loan. So that the street vendors can resume their business. And 10,000 rupees for them is not make any sense. And giving a loan in the country of the government is giving a loan. Then there is no recovery or nobody is interested in that. But what the government did is, for this PM strategy scheme, they put a two conditions. One is, if the borrower repays the interest on a regular basis, he will get a 7% interest waiver by the end of the year. And then this is for loan is for 1 year. This is also fine, the government already do this. Second aspect that they included in the scheme is, they say that if you accept a digital payment, and every month if you have 200 digital payments a minimum, you will get 100 rupees as a cash. And once you calculate this at the end of the year, this 10,000 rupees is a zero interest loan. And surprisingly, this attracted a lot of action. And initiative started with a very smaller amount. Today it is affecting very high. And to thousands of crores. And there is a scale up 10,000 to 20,000, 20,000, 50,000 and all. But in such a scenario, if I am working on a project, I can't go for a random sample. Because street vendors are not interested in every street vendor. I am interested in only those street vendors who are very clear strategies. So I don't have an option of going for a random, but it should be a convenient sample only. And we started this in the Hyderabad city. And Hyderabad city, there was we got from the same convenience scheme where they identified that there were 37,000 or 40,000 members of that. So they launched the city. But then from that sample, they said, what is the big difference? Convenience sample is one, then we made it into status and demographic distribution. So that Hyderabad city entire just simple calculation, Hyderabad has greater share of 150 wards. So we divided 150. And assigned people from each ward, get a sum, get a family. So this is the method. You have to explain entire thing. Your questionnaire also, you have used the questionnaire in English, Telugu, which language, who collected the data, how it has been collected. Everything needs to be detailed in your paper. And the editor will pay very high attention, even the reviewers also pay high attention when it works. Because any research paper that we publish, the objective is that this should be replicatable. Tomorrow, somebody has suddenly conduct similar kind of a research. So that's the reason why you have to take your record and look at tables and figures. But because of the software and all, what happened is you have a data put it in SQL, so there you get output. Directly you're taking output and putting in a paper. Edit tables. You have to edit tables. Normally, when you are, I guess, all of you will bring a research to publish the paper. At least one point of the time, you will have used the regression analysis, right? Using Excel or any software, you use the regression analysis, and you get a regression table. Saying that the sum of scores, mean square value, division of leader, then R square value, P value, and all. In that, go to a sum of squares, division of leader. So a big table comes. And many times you put as it is a table there. And if you have I've done a 6 hypotheses, 6 regression tables. This is not a very presenter table. But take a one table. In all these, whatever code, when you are trying to interpret the regression analysis, what are the factors that you look at? This is from the regression output, which are the key factors that you look at? P value. The first thing is you look at whether P value is greater than 0.05 or not. The first thing. Then is your F value. Then R square value is there. Because question of determination. Then your independent variable, and standard variable. So your MS, that is your mean sum of squares and mean square value is between the point of view of this. So in one table, your independent variable, dependent variable, your R square value, standard variable, F value, one sentence, one line. This is the second, another regression, third, fourth, fifth. In the sense, entire your analysis can be presented in one table. One table with a 5 rows. You have 5 hypotheses, resulting presented in 5 rows. So once you have the 5 rows in one place, it is easy to know what actually happened to your research. And graphical presentation software. Most of the times, the graph that is generated using any application software, they come in a JPEG. They're in a picture format, and you put them very clear and put it and edit it, and you get the play. And it did not have a print quality, and no one will accept. So 99% of the time, unless otherwise, it is very important to avoid graphs, avoid figures. Just concentrate on your figures. And they will also very concise, very informative tables. Then write up your results. So when writing your results, what I see is people simply describe what is your message. From the table 1, it is visible that this is written on hypothesis. Hypothesis 2 is accepted, hypothesis 3 is rejected. So that is not a presenting your result. I have to try to analyze it in the sense why this happened and what actually factors made it to accept or reject the hypothesis. Accept or reject is already table is showing. Anyone new or any new person with the who have the basic idea of less than 0.5. So they know that there is a hypothetical indicating a hypothesis. But you have to analyze the research. Why is this happening? What factors are motivated for this to happen? Then the discussions and the conclusions. Now, discussion is you have to elaborately write your discussion. In the sense, what has happened, previous research, current research, how you are different, and what is the value action that you are making, you are going to make in that. And the conclusion. And many times, when you look at the conclusion, what you see, conclusion abstract more or less the definition is the same. So whatever you write in your abstract, more or less you write the same in a conclusion also. But conclusion should be, conclusion is finally telling your story. In your words, what is that you found from the research? Not a finding. Conclusion is not a finding. Conclusion is how is it you are going to draw a conclusion. Let us say this session is there, entire session has been completed. Now, what is it you discuss? This is finally there whether the lecture is good or bad. And if it is good, so some points are good, otherwise, no. So you are drawing a conclusion. You are drawing a conclusion, you are drawing an opinion. So and after doing entire research, you have to concentrate on that. Now coming to the other side, write introduction. Normally we start writing our introduction in the beginning. This is how the flow. So we start with introduction, then literature review, then the introduction is the last but because by the time you start writing your introduction, you know what exactly happened to your study. And introduction, 90% of the time, introduction we start with modifying and the builder defining or it's easy defined and the definition of it. No, that is not an introduction. Introduction is about your story. Introduction is about your statement. Not the definition which is in the textbook introduction. This is a major overall the whenever writing an introduction, we start with a chronological order when the concept has been formed. From there, it's like definition is this, definition 2, definition 3, definition 4, definition 5. No. Introduction is why is that you took up this research statement. You have to tell your story. What motivated you to perform this research? Where you got the idea for this research? And where you find the gap for this research? How you conducted this research? And what is the result that you find? So this should be the introduction of your paper. In the thesis also, people start writing a definition of everything. I say, what you are writing? And in our system, we are very fond of writing a 400 page thesis, 500 page thesis, 600 page thesis. And for your information, my thesis is 136 pages, including references, introduction page, everything. All together, 136 pages. References itself is around 27 pages. So actually, thesis is hardly 80 pages. And what was the nobody stopped? So why is it just the 400 pages story? So my story is very straightforward. Whatever I have said, then I really understand. So introduction is where which attracts the audience. Because everyone knows what is happening in your field, and everyone knows what is happening in your field. You have to tell what is the difference that you are bringing. That's the introduction. Now next is writing your abstract. This is very important. As I said, 90% of the papers that is just difficult. People don't bother about reading your full paper. Just by looking at abstract itself, they then to consider this paper or not to consider. Then writing the keywords. They can ask you to give a keyword. And again, keywords should be different from what that you put in your title, what that you put in your abstract. Keyword should speak something which is in your text, not with your heading. What is the heading? Automatically the search engines will get that. Or what is in the abstract, search engines will follow that. But what in your text may not be there. So in a keyword, you see that which is not there in a title, which is not there in an abstract. Bring those values from your and those points from your paper and put them in a image. Then writing the references, styles and all. If you have a Microsoft Office, it has got all the forms. There is a one in Microsoft Office, references you go there. Then it asks you, it is a kind of what it is template or a form. You fill that form and select option, it will give you the result. You roll it right. So once the form is filled, data is filled, you can convert whether it's LGA or Chicago or MSA, any form you can convert. So just by giving input there, you can do your results. Now, I'll spend a little time here on writing abstract and the literature reviews. So when we are talking about the abstract, when you see the abstract, almost every abstract appears to be the same. But when I ask someone to write abstract in 300 words, they say, how can you write abstract in 300 words? Like, because it's 20 pages, 3,000 words, 20,000 words, 50,000 words. But you're asking me to write abstract in 300 words, how can it be possible? Right? No, abstract in 300 words. Journals insist on that. 200 words, 300 words, 100 words, this specifically mentioned. And so available for online in like publishers like Emerald, Page, and all. If you abstract, they give us on 300 words abstract. If you put a 300 one word of it, you know, that will remove one word. Now the point is that can't we write the entire thing in 300 words? That's the first thing. And I say that it is very easy, very simple to write a abstract in 300 words. Just a small deviation from the serious academic note. How many of you watched cricket match yesterday? Because at home they are forced to do it. Children, they have done it. So you watch. Now, at the end of the match, if you have to narrate, what is your thought? Anyone know? Anyone? At the end of the match, what is your opinion on the match? Huh? Yeah. They have a strategy. They have a strategy. That's very important.
They were good in all the areas.
They are good in all the areas. So how many votes you need in mind? 5, 6 votes? They have a strategy, they don't have a strategy. 3 plus 6, that's very good. 6, 9, 10 votes. The entire 8 hours of match has been explained. 10 hours, 10 votes. Isn't it? Then what is the wrong in expressing the 3,000 words or 8,000 words paper in a 300 words? Very simple, very easy to. So that you have to understand the format. So normally when we are writing an abstract or a paper, these are the different formats that we talk. One is informative. Social sciences research, in the social sciences, general articles will have this form. In the sense, I will spend more time on informative in the next slide. So now I will say specifically I think that in the social science research, whenever we are doing any research, whenever we write abstract and all, we pay more attention on this one. Second one is the descriptive research or descriptive abstract. In the descriptive abstract, more attention is paid on the research problem and the methodology. In the sense, they describe how they come up with this idea and how the research has been conducted. Just they concentrate on these two areas. So to tell these two, how many words you need for your research, entire research paper? You have to narrate only two things. What is your research objective and how you conducted the study? So many of you have done it your PhD and all. So now maybe how many years back you conducted your PhD? This year. Now I know you fresh in your mind. So can you just tell me that research is only two sections. One is your
How to increase the dispute of financial products by women.
and how you did this study. This is what the methodology that you have adopted.
Some questionnaire to everything else.
Please list that.
I use multinomial regression for my analysis, and I use survey as a method to collect the data, and it was conducted in Gujarat.
Two sentences. And two, for the 5 sentences, each is 5 words, 30 words. Description is done. Descriptive abstract is being done. So in a descriptive abstract, normally people answer 100 words. 100 to 150 words, very descriptive. So you have to decide what is your research, in the sense, question, and what is the methodology that you have to practice. Whether to consider this paper for publication or not. Then the critical. This critical reviews, we are very popular. I'm not sure. During the COVID time, there is a one journal which is very popular across the world. So during the COVID time period, because we know what kind of a situation that we face. We used to go to the market, want all the vegetables, put it in the water, soak it, and put a Dettol, put this one, that one, and so. And at home, I think there is a lot of education on it, how to overcome this challenge and putting on it. But entire 1.5 years, what I did is I completely read hundreds of your messages on the WhatsApp, your mobile, everywhere you have how to protect yourself from all the things. What I did, I ignored all this. I read only the language. Only one way, because I know the kind of language, the kind of research they are doing. So they should give a solution. How we try to do what experiment we conduct there. So that actually saved me lots of time. So those are all critical things. When the science publications are done, there's another critical. So the critical abstract, the focus is on the findings. The focus is on the finding, and the focus is on the result, and the focus is on practical implications. This is how we get this research is going to help the society. Now, critical abstracts are about 400 to 500 words because you have to critically evaluate. And in the process of evaluating the critical, they make a clear point that why this particular result is important and how this is different from other results. So critically evaluating. The major focus is on findings and results and practical implications. So critically decide. Let us say XYZ, I will know the one medicine for it, and I'm saying that this is not going to work out. Why it is not working and why my concept will work out. I have to discuss it. So that is a critical. And highlighter, we really use highlighter abstract. Since the highlighter abstract is putting one of the highlights from our research, saying that we found that women are more enthusiastic than men. That highlights very well. And the structured, informative and structured are interlinked. There are a few journals like Annual. They ask for a structured abstract. Where, like the previous thing what we saw. Your abstract, whether it is structured abstract or informative abstract, this is the code. So if you have structured abstract, they ask you what is your research question, research methodology, your results, the findings, and what are the actual implications from your paper. So for each you have to write a 2-3 sentences or 4 sentences like that. That is your structured question. And when you are going for some conferences and all, they ask you for extended abstract. So extended abstract is something between the abstract and a full paper. It has got a features of a both structured abstract as well as the features of a full paper. In case of full paper, what is it we do? We do references, we cover references, citations, and we also do literature review. Everything is there. So in a extended abstract, we put everything, but not in a complete detail of a full paper. So these are the basic outlines, and in social sciences, we focus more on informative abstracts. So what is that you should write in an informative abstract? Because same if you look at this background, main argument, method, findings, contribution to body of knowledge, practical implications. Now, is it anything different from the IMA-RD strategy? That is introduction, methodology, results, analysis, and a discussion. Okay. So any research paper that you observe, any abstract that you see, you will find at least 5 or 6 things in the abstract. 5, 6 things. In a sense, That means now if you are writing your abstract, whatever you have to do is first you write a template. Template of your background, template of your main argument, that is your research hypothesis or the research patient, then your research method, then your analysis of significant findings, and what is the research it is saving, and what the practical. Now for each, write one sentence or the total sentences. Now 6 points, 6 to the 12 sentences. 12 sentences of 20 words each sentence. 240 words. Okay. Because we don't understand this structure of an abstract. Even though your abstract is one paragraph of a 200 words, but it is clearly structured. If you don't believe me, go to any leading journals, read the abstract. Abstract is freely available. And just now keep this in mind. So how is that they wrote abstract? Because whether these 6 points are covered in abstract or not. At least 5 points should be covered in abstract. In the same order. If you not, the order will also not change. The flow is also the same. First, we will talk about the research topic that I identified. What is the research gap? How the research is being conducted? What the methodology adopted? Then your research, finding practical implications. Now, whatever the research that we did, anything, when you are writing an abstract, just imagine that if you have to tell that your research work to someone in a oral words. So are you going to tell the 450 pages? Will you tell all the 450 pages of your work? Or will the other person give you half an hour, at least half an hour time to listen to you? No, you have to tell your narrative or story within a few minutes. So prepare. That means you have to highlight 5 or 6 points, 5 or 6 points, and you have 300 words. 300 words is the maximum. Well, within 200 words also you can tell your story. But this structure, so this you have to practice a lot. So, because normally we human beings are talkative. When somebody asks to explain something, elaborate, and we have a small thing also to elaborate. And especially teachers, we have a habit of 15 minutes. Like before, you start a lecture for 15 minutes, continuous. And there are schools for us 1 hour 25 minutes, 75 minutes long, stop, talking. Now, that is how you are filtered. And suddenly you actually don't talk for 25 minutes, just put your story in 7 minutes. Perfect. It is very difficult. And I feel that revelation, you're just something my, what you call it, freedom of speech. You have to tell your story in a very strong. People are not interested in us. They're not interested in listen to us. Let me give you a simple example. I just, for your learning, for your classes, I guess all of you watch YouTube videos for preparation. No? At least to get some insight, YouTube videos and all. And hardly, what type of YouTube videos that you watch? 5 minutes, 3 minutes. The food charges spends 7-8 minutes, and we don't have a patience with it. Fast. What formula is there? Explanation is there. Again, you want to do it in 2 minutes or 3 minutes, because we are not interested in other person. We are not interested in what they are teaching. We are interested in what we need. The same applies to your abstract author. The author, the editorial board is not interested in what is the entire story. They are interested in what is that you're going to tell them in a book. So in a 1 minute, 2 minutes, you have to manage. So this is earlier videos are 1 hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. Now YouTube understand that people are not interested for the shorts. So tell your story in a 1 minute or 2 minutes. Insta 1 minute story. So then we don't have a patience to listen to the people for a longer time period. Then abstract, you don't expect. So you have to tell your story in short. So structure it. So this is informative. Once you have this informative article, then by reading this, the author or the editor will come to know the reader of your paper. What was the question that you raised? Whether this gets any attraction or not. And to meet the research question, have you done an in-depth analysis or not? And what was your finding? Whether it has got any practical implications or not? Put that into this. And next is, what is that we should not do in abstract? And many times this is what we do. You see, abstract people start writing with a catchy intellectual papers. Graham Bell, so said that fancy type. And whenever we introduce people, whenever we always start with a quote. And we always end with a quote. And we put a saying at every research work. No, you directly come to the point. This is the one, very catchy, provocative, or something which you feel that, okay, if I do write some quotation, or something of my own, there is some fancy statement, it attracts, it actually goes. But academic research is not a fancy thing. Academic research is universal. So you don't do it. This is lengthy background of conceptual information. This is where we find it difficult. So when you're writing an abstract, while you are finding difficult, you have to put everything what you know. Where we started our research, how it got done, what are the literature that we done, everything, every background that you want to put, you try to put it. That's the reason your abstract you can avoid that. The redundant phrases, unnecessary words, adjectives, repetitive information. Which is we got results. But we got an extraordinary results. Or so we add all those adjectives there. Our results are significantly different now. Different one is fine. Why do you want to significantly different? Because statistically significantly different from so and so level. Not required. Just this is unnecessary things, whichever it is there, we avoid. And with this now recent MS Office with the AI and all, these when people are writing the abstracts, word is prompting so many of these are, and the other day was reading with one abstract. So every third word is there is a B. So why you are writing so many? So system is prompting, so I am accepting it. So system is prompting, why you get it? Unnecessary things, reduce. Then exists acronyms and abbreviations. Those acronyms, abbreviations need to be in text, not in the abstract. So writing, let us say, public sector enterprises. Go to the PSC and make an attention that everyone know what the PSC. Or you are writing some SAPL, don't like SAPL there. Or sharp figures, SAPL. No. In abstract, you have to write everything clearly. Then don't put any differences. In abstract, also we try to tell that our research is something different from the research carried by XYZ. At the abstract level, you don't need to quote anyone's difference or XYZ, identified, or there is a scenario where in abstract definitions are also being expressed. Some definition of the keyword that is woman in the pregnant or something, it is defined by it is there in an abstract. We should not do that. No references. And incomplete sentences or a dynamic sentences. So whatever the sentence that you are writing, you have to set up entire sentence. Then too much of a government confuse. That right click, any word, right click, you have a scenario, select the most fancy scenario there, replace it, fancy scenario, replace it. And after sometimes you also don't understand the meaning of that. Because in the process of paraphrasing or maybe presenting our work in a more what we call serious mode, we do all this. And after some time we also know that what word is this, actually what is the context. So because context is actually important. So the background technical words, because in a review process, when you send your article for a review process, the first it is being examined by the what we call as research assistant or editorial assistant. They don't know the technology because they don't know the subject. They don't understand the subject. So you need to be very careful in using that. And don't put any images, figures, illustrations, or 2.5, I mentioned it, 2.5 mentioned it. No references, abstract. So this is very, these things should not be there. And Surprisingly, these things appear emotional or abstract. So try to avoid them. Try to avoid and try. Once you do all this work, then automatically your abstraction thinking 200 words only. You will not go more than 200 words. Then writing a literature review. Again, the same slide I got. We are in a lazy future. I don't want to learn multiple things. I learned one thing, how the paper is structured. How the entire paper is structured. So introduction, literature review, methodology, results, analysis, conclusion. So these are the 5 things which I had written. And I created a template. And I use the same 5 things for writing my abstract. I use the same 5 things for writing my literature review. Because as this is a norm, and every architect is publishing his field, then you create a template for this. Literature review, let us say you are reviewing 100 articles in literature, or 50 articles in literature. For publication, let us say 20 articles in literature. So first decide how many articles that you want to review for your paper. Because today, if you go to Google and add on a given topic, Google Scholar and all, it will give you hundreds of articles. And you have no patience to read all the hundreds of articles. So first thing in a literature review is confine your number of articles that you want to read. And this is a very difficult thing. But still, you have to put a limit. Whenever in the these days I work with my colleagues. So we skip the work. I say that because as I said, I am lazy. I don't write, I do a literature review. My area of strength is data analysis. My strength is a data analysis. My strength is identifying the concept. My strength is writing the result. A conclusion in a more convincing way. These are my strengths. Literature review is not my cup of tea. So whenever somebody comes to me and asks writing a paper, I say that you do literature. No, you do literature review. But I specifically mentioned that I need a literature review only of 20 papers, not more than. We don't jump into hundreds of papers and do it. 20 papers. And in doing a literature review, the first thing that I do is go with a standard journal or a journal where we are aiming for publishing the paper. So from that journal only, select the articles. And the first thing is select the most recent article. Select the most recent article. Normally, what you do is when literature review, whatever article comes, you go. What I suggest is select the article for the most recent one. So suppose you are working on it, performance of a public sector enterprise or some changes in the higher. So on that, first identify the most recent article which is published in 2020. This article is published in September, October, very fun. Take that article as your paper. So read that article, and this template, in the sense what you have is INRB template, that is your reflection literature. Take one page. In time. So you just take a one page print out with a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 every concept, fill the blank kind of a question. Not fill the blank, but paragraph writing question. So first, introduction part, you have one paragraph blank space. Then literature review blank space, methodology blank space, formatting writing, one page content part. Now read that article, first article, and fill this blank. Introduction, highlights of the introduction of that paper, right here. Methodology, highlights of the methodology, right here. Literature review, what are the key studies. Then once this is done, from that article, go to references mentioned in that article. Then identify the next recent article published on. The same way, because when we are writing our research paper, we quote articles only which are related to our research. So from there, take a article, next recent article. Don't dump or don't download all the articles in one. Second article, computer review. Third, fourth, fifth. That's why we call it as a cascading literature paper. From moving from the most recent to the backward. And don't go to the 20-year, 30-year backward. not more than that. So in 2023, 23, 22, 21, 20. So your research is more focused now. And once you start reading those, then you clearly know that, yeah, what has happened in your area of study in a recent past. Not what has happened in the particular period like that. Nobody will just do that. So much of development has been happened from that point to today. So more recent articles that we collect and do and cascade. And unless otherwise the complete video of one article, don't jump into a second article. This should be completed first. Give the number. And here it says like the difference. So articles, develop, so difference. One is done. Then go to the second, go to the third, go to the fifth. Once you reach 20, stop. You don't need to go further. Because you get a more number of articles and you start making entire life literature review on it. Then you are going to publish a paper. So stop. This is a stop. This is not a greedy. And once you, and why I'm suggesting is not complete one review and go away, so it is a satisfaction that we get. Maybe you are talking about need for achievement. Where you is the one the author point to need for achievement. Then I can cover. Anyone remember? Management. I'm not using you, just asking. So need for achievement, because when you achieve something, you get a satisfaction. And they are motivated. So if you complete one paper review, then that is the achievement for you. It motivates you to do the second. And once you do the second thing, it motivates you. 3, 4, 5. So achieve 5, then your target becomes reachable. So 20, only 5 is done, you have 15. 10 is done, so only 10. Yeah. So psychologically also, literature review, if you organize this in a systematic way, it is easy for you to complete the task. Now, once you have done this research, then how is it you're going to present? We have a one worksheet, go to the content bar, maybe there are 200 to 300 words. Then you have to assemble all those into different formats. So here we have a format. One is, you have them in the chronological order. So, the first, let's say you have a paper from 2020 to 2020. First time is 2020. I think what developments have happened. That is, it's a chronological order of arrival. But in a research, instead of going for chronological order, it is always advisable to go for thematic. Thematic is idea based or different themes. As I said, in a data structure decision, you have one school of thought which supports, one which opposes, one which additional supporter of approach. Likewise, any research will have a different theme, or we also call it science. Different science research. Somebody is arguing in support, approach, likewise. So you put a thematics, and in a thematic include the chronology. Combine these two. First write the thematic and the thematic chronological. So that the author will know what is that you are trying to explain, in the sense which stand you are taking. And the general style we see is you guys like this, Sharma and Sharma 2023. Conducted a study on title of the paper in space. Then by using a sample, so sample. And by using a statistical method like regression, correlation, probability, and all. By applying a statistical software like SPSS, you write all these things. When you conducted a study, there is a point. They simply say that Sharma and Sharma found no correlation. Okay. But we don't want, because we know that two pages, front and back about the literature review, we want to put everything. Put it in the stamps and all are supporting a particular topic, put all the authors in one. Saying that if there is, let us say, simple, by providing financial support to an employee or financial support to a freelancer, their performance will increase. Right? This is the hypothesis. Now, if anyone who conducted similar study and found the relation between that, mention that, so there is a significant relation of a financial incentive and a livelihood of our employees. Open a bracket to all the authors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 closure hours. In contrast to this, any financial incentive will not motivate the employees or change their livelihoods. What kind of bracket? Right? All the alternatives. Then, so your literature is also there. Then you are putting your argument really. That's how in a sense works. And the third one is the methodological now. So methodological research in the sense literature research are more focused on the adoption of the methodology, which statistical tool is appropriate. Now we are saying that when you are running some analysis, especially when you do financial economics or financial stock pricing, we come across with that standard of analysis. There is the line auto regressive analysis. In that, what is called the families, there are around 30, 40 different batch models. 30, 50 models. And each come with a slightly different rating. Now, if you are trying to model things, you are trying to differentiate your paper from a methodology, and then your focus should be on the methodology of the other source. Because somebody is using some data set and conducted some statistical, apply some statistical tool and some. But you are questioning that methodology. You are questioning that methodology, then your literature should focus more on methodology. Otherwise, not it. Otherwise, you will be concentrated on the finding suggestion, otherwise, it is being met. When you're writing requirements, be selective. Be selective in the sense, don't write everything that the author mentioned in her or his. From the entire thing, entire article, identify the point which is most relevant for you. Whether it is a finding, whether it is a suggestion, whether it is a product, whether it is a methodology, whichever is important for you, only take that point and put it in a paper. Not the entire thing. Then use quotes basically. So they normally you write. So if I so within a quote, there is a significant patient of economics and so it's better same author. Don't write. So literature review is your perspective. Don't mention the quote. If you start mentioning the quote or quoting other original authors to do the paper, it goes to paper. Avoid that. And keep your own voice. Keep your own voice. You have to tell what is being done. It's very connected study and form is different. So it's a connected study. You do not find any relationship. Then use caution when paraphrasing. Literature review most of the time to do a paraphrase. And don't need to do a paraphrase. Once you read an article, entire article, and you have a summary of it, then simply you can tell what is the gist of the paper. And once you start writing, revise multiple times, revise the concept. Then only you will be. So it is not that difficult to write a literature. But the difficulty is getting an access. There are many of the articles that you don't have the access. Open access, you don't have. Library access, you don't have. But what I do is, whenever I get an article, because I take a heading, and if it is published by Enroll, published by Wiley, you don't have access to it. But the same title I put, and I put in a Google, and I put a PDF. There is some point of a time, the same author may be presented this paper in some research conferences, or internally with organization, or put it in a research case, or somewhere, there's a possibility that you get a paper. Or somebody purchases this paper, read it, and then posted on a Google. There's a possibility. So we should not zero. When saying that article is not available means we should not zero. Try to find out various ways and means with which we can get the article. And this is so you will be expecting more of it? No, this is what? This is where I thought. So if there are any questions, I will take the questions for 2 minutes.
How it's in the calculation, it is on the base on calculation. That's how it is. Okay. So, what will be the sample size if I want to
and the paper is all India level. So my PC is 400 grams. And the CSP was so how I think this is published in journals. Usually they expect that the results should be applicable to all India. So how I think also they expect this to be
See, for population, tell me anything. For population, tell me anything. Say this is some conducting. Just my study is confined to the faculty members and to the physical. So population, 70 faculty members, my population. From the 60, 70, if I come to 40 people, but you have to strongly advocate. In the sense, why is it a Gulbarga state? Now, why is it? Is it a Gulbarga? Is a representative of entire country? So you have to argue. You have to continue. You have to argue. You have to say that this is because wherever a woman is a woman everywhere. Right? Their attitude is just seen. You said basic features to be the not just a woman, human being across the world are same. So you have to point out that why is that you identify this particular geographic location and why is in that particular geographic location are important. Now, as you are asking the similar thing with what will be done. So that street vendors all over India, there are a 4.5 lakh street vendors. But I confined only to Hyderabad city and our country is hardly 500. I narrated a story. When I wrote a story of this share description about methodology, my colleague took orders. They were elected. I will get your writing. No adopt it to the boarding and all.
from the paper is from the Putana.
How can I get? Everybody think it can be that. Documentation, everything is there. Then your methodology becomes strong.
And how do you protect the data? So you don't usually the papers just publish in the journal. They don't personally go and collect the data. So in one or two papers I found that these are all agents, third party agents, and they mentioned it. But I found only two papers. Rest of them don't mention the data.
We said that we should be collected data using our NMLA.
Yeah.
That and that those were previous scholars, any of your friends were in the PhD. And that is right now at ITE, we are in need of a enumerators. And we pay them also. If any of your PhD scholars, if you want something, and are ready to collect the data, please direct them to me.
Currently the previous students
Please complete it. I think the ITSSR project, so we need like anyone with 55% social science. Or in need of money, I was doing a research lack of money, and there in the 3 months, there are around 60,000 rupees. So that's how we collect the data.
last question. Any good book you want to study for studying that?
Studying statistics, 11 and Logan. 11 and Logan. Business services by 11 and Logan. And one more, I've running from other faculty also talking about the statistics. My suggestion is, whenever you are reading a book, Modi may call me anti-nation, but these are fallen out of it. They are more simple, more easy to understand, and very clear about. Nowadays, all textbooks you get are online. You ask any student, they will detail answer. I can tell that website where you can get also, but this is session is recorded at time. So on all the textbooks, you read a good follow of the textbooks so that you get a more understanding of the topic. Lebanon Rubin is the one book. A few others are there. So don't go for Sharmaji and Sharmaji. These are all completely of what is field-oriented. You are admission going for last program. But research, or research, not for research, even for personal development, also those books not have to be had. So starting from my MBA program ended, I never studied any Indian author. It is not that I am against it, but I feel more comfortable when reading a focus on answering or I reading my hands for financial management. More comfortable. Compatibility is there. Even today also, it's the same format to this one.
Yes, sir, research in all the questions that are created from still new coming. Are you suggesting any book still in research?
Excel, you know, Excel is Excel not like all the research analysis. Excel has a limitation. So Excel can give you, I tell you what distributed statistics, summary statistics, ANOVA, features, two features, foundation, regression, factor, I didn't have to write a formula. But these are all again normal regression, correlation, time series, moving average, expansion, moving average. In Excel, there is a tool called as a data analysis tool. By default, it comes. Using that, you can run the analysis.
Can you validate the question of Excel?
SPSS is there because social science software is using a primary data, SPSS is the best option. But the problem is, and when it's coming to the time series analysis, in I think the financial economics, there will be a lot of time series. Normally, outside people talk about EViews is the one software for the time series analysis and STATA, RSS. But I use a different tool, it's called a Gretel. GRETL. Is the open access, freely available. You don't need to no student version, nothing. Yeah, Gretel. So in a Gretel, you do your whatever you are doing in your SPSS, you can do the same thing in a Gretel also. It is a free open access and you can download it in a few seconds. Because these are very popular because it has been developed by the Russian University. But all the IITs and IIMs today using the Gretel as a tool for your application. So all time series analysis, everything can be done using this. And any point of a time, you can conduct an online session like this on a Gretel. I will be very happy with it. 1 hour session is sufficient. Not even 1 hour, half an hour is sufficient for any day.
How to identify the journals? In the beginning of the journals, there are so many journals are there. So how to identify that?
Every journal has ISSN number, right? And go to ISSN website and there find out the journal website. Now, all these known journals will have a .ca 90% of the time. And the editor mail ID will not be the journal mail ID. Second. And third is, most of this happens with the standalone journals, which are published by some universities in China, Turkey, and these countries. And go to the country's website. And from there, try to get access to the editors. And directly see the paper of that. So this work we have to do because we are putting our money. That's the one and very big drawback with the project amount 10,000 rupees or 10,000 rupees working. This paper, next time when you submit, it comes to pressure, 90%. So that is a more dangerous. So very cautious and thinking on anyone, any journal or any author or any publication promises you to publish a paper in a week days. Slow. Outrightly slow. 1 month, outrightly slow. So don't be in a rush to publish a paper in a software. Any normal journal, standard journal, take minimum of 6 months to 1 year of time to publish. So anyone promising you 1 week, 2 weeks, 1 month, 2 months, it is very clear that it's a flow. Any questions?
So what about scope for further research? Is it mandatory to mention
Not at all.
further research?
Okay, if you have a intention to write another paper on that, then you write a scope for further research. So if you want to continue that research and create some kind of an interesting ideas, then mention why not at all. What was the sound?
I one literature review from one of the paper or species, and I put it in my paper copy. Next time I have because there is a dilemma, that's what I asked this question. Many of our friends are doing the they said that I publish, I copy the literature review from any of the journal or any paper, it doesn't come under patent.
So they, what actually, I've done exactly, what all it happens is, you don't have access to the data, and you don't have access to that. What you read some other I wrote an article in journal, mentioned order, to take focus on that. This writing, characters, article. So we are just simply telling a sentence, but we are not making the entire article. So that is some sort of pleasure. Maybe pleasure is enough, that cost, but it's not the right. And today people are asking the charges to write everything. And journals also, what they really they have now, pleasure, one is the document sources and pleasure AI. In the pleasure AI, it's the getting a ChatGPT and all, getting pleasure AI. And ChatGPT will give you reviews earlier to 2020 only, after that. We experimented with that.
Yeah, even the credit, it's not about our opening, the references
So,
and all.
ChatGPT has got a repository only up to 2020. So anything published after 2020, ChatGPT will not be. So it will not write that. So this is one disadvantage with the ChatGPT.
So other people are actually providing the data, and we are students doing it. And they collect data, they put it on Excel sheet, and then they copy that and put it on ChatGPT for analysis. So that will also come with.
Yes. Can I take it?
There is analysis to get this correction area.
So at IPE,
So that is numerical also. Data analysis is a numerical part.
numerical, but what they are doing is
Primary data collected and keeping.
data they put there. This is the analysis of
Analysis part.
analysis that they copy and analysis they put there. So at IPE, we use various software, Submitting. Which is our original target. So whenever new pieces comes, they put there, then they do all the smart work. Because when they do literature review, copying and all, they do spelling mistakes. Bold, internet, these are things that they do so that it avoids the creativity. Then you have it AI. So whatever they put it on a ChatGPT and all, it will be separate. Both. And even when there are figures, and you know, so when somebody brings a paper to us, we easily tell where is the failure from. We will get the student's face and what the content. But still they try to argue with us. No, the law are different. Which was your so like things become easy. And now I'm in the dictionary, and this one thing, particularly in this 1 year, I was talking to another photo college from different colleges, entire nice. Wherever I go, it's the same problem that I come from happening. Friends are not doing visual work, or it is the SAT they are not doing that. And we don't have a patient point. I mean, our objective may go and teach and ask them to do a research, but we never teach them how to write a research paper or how to do a research. We don't tell them where to source the data, how to run the analysis. We don't teach all those things, but we ask them to do a research and so that they come out with a report. But they also not bother. So this is the cycle and there's nothing that we can do. Simply we say that, okay, good, nice report to people. If you know, we are happy, we are happy. If you jump into discussion, what happens is it's your time. And it's something you carry this to your home. So, just in the beginning of your career, one of my lectures is there is what is there is don't be attached to your students. No one is just be detached. Because They'll be with you for 1 year or 2 years. Thereafter, no. You will always think that they should have gratitude. They recognize that they pay it. Nothing. I think I'm a program head for one program. 50% of IT is under me. And 500 students. So in the previous program, I wrote set of skills here once also. Because of my workload and all those things. Each semester I take 2 courses. So I have a 8 programs. It is 8 sections and another 12 sections. So my workload is 6 only. Entire year I teach only 6. So that means 50% of the students I don't teach. And those whom I teach only for one semester. One time, semester. Not semester, one semester. Time is 20 classes. In the 20 classes, what kind of instance are going to be there, and how can I expect that they will be loyal for this entire one? So I will go to the class, whatever I want to explain, no tension. Just start with it. So that by the time I complete my work at the home, I go home, I will relax. I have a family at home, I have to take care of that. So why should I carry these people to home? But because we are in the teaching profession, we are more associated with the students. And when we are doing this, ultimately what the students is showing a partiality. Obviously, we show partiality. We didn't do it, we show partiality. I open the exam. So we are showing partiality. Yes, I show partiality. Why should not? How can I think that the student who is bright and who is putting effort and who is not putting effort? How can I think the same? Somebody wants to learn, I spend more time with them. Somebody doesn't want to learn, I don't spend. We are partial in giving a mark also. Yes, I am partial. But they have no idea. If I argue with them, no, I am not doing the partiality, then they will come up with 100 questions. And I am openly saying that I am a partial. No one. No argument for this. So teachers, we are always partial. Whether you are you may disagree with me, but we are partial. But I am not very partial about it. I show partiality, I show marks also, grading everywhere, and I said, I understand it because I'm not bothered about the students what they're going to do tomorrow. And sometimes we get a memes also. Folks like people drive, they criticize the memes, and they scold the writer or president, all the things also. Thank you. No one can judge. Please.
I published my paper, it is really some confidence to people that I used to the number and can I publish from the paper and I will try to do it.
What was telling the content? Not the total content, major portion. Major portion. See, content presentations are to get an input from it. Anywhere you are going and presenting a paper in a conference, then you have an abstract idea, you put it in front of audience, and you are taking the feedback from them, revising the paper. So even if that publishing in conference proceeding, it doesn't make that difference. So whatever the input that you receive, then you whatever it is. Then after that also, revise the paper, publish it, and once you are revising, submitting the paper, you have to create a mention account. This paper earlier has been published to join to other countries for me. After receiving input from that, it never changes. That is actually that. Thank you. Thank you.
Surely we all are benefited from the intention of your talk today. So we learn on improve the research paper writing. I would like to invite our HOD, Dr. Vitanshri, and one of us from the Commerce Department to come forward and educate us.
Camera question. First one.
Because that's included tomorrow we have to set not air so in-house faculty. In-house faculty will be having a session in the ground floor lab. And so all the online participants have joined are kindly request to be ready with the laptops because we'll be having a hands-on experience of the different subjects related to AI and research. And as we conclude this enlightening seminar, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude to our business person for sharing immense knowledge of exercise with us. Thank you so much. I appreciate all the activities for the active participation and the radical contributions and questions that have been raised. It's been a pleasure hosting this seminar, and I hope everyone leaves today with a great understanding and a new perspective on our focus topic. Thank you all. Thank you.